Jimmy, can I bother you about something? I have a few questions regarding religion, particularly due to that church experience in San Cordia.
The church in San Cordia? Let me think. Oh, the Ashunaran church. What about it?
Well, that voice from the bird I heard in San Cordia. On the way to Lucia, that same voice spoke to me again in that building I investigated. I won't go into too much detail right now, that's for another time. But the thing that's getting to me right now is what you've told me about past interventions with gods. From the stories. You mentioned they'd speak with important people or those with a divine hand, like kings, priests, and warriors. Did those stories ever mention why those types of people experience divine intervention?
Why? That's a fascinating question, and one that scholars of religions have asked many a time. If you want my best guess, maybe they think those kinds of people can enact the most change. Sometimes the gods just want someone to talk to that they know will listen. Some want fanatics.
Interesting. That does make sense, but it's now leading me to more questions. I'm just trying to wrap my head around why a goddess would choose to respond in these moments. She was helpful both times, but I still don't know what that first interaction did. And why me in general? I'm not some ruler or powerful warrior who enacts much change. Hell, I don't even have much of a religious bone in my body. At least I didn't think I did. Even with a religious mother from Poira, she followed the teachings of Mila, not to the newer goddess San Cordia integrated into their society. And I thought their existence were tales like the ones my father told me as a child. And what would all this mean for my faith going forward as someone who didn't believe before? The proof is there, but I couldn't find much in the text you and I looked over in the city. I'm going off of voices alone.
You bring up good points. Some people, like me, have looked their whole lives for proof of their existence only to be met with much the same stories and superstitions. You say you don't have much faith, but simple acts of true need may have been enough to spur a goddess into action. I'll need to do more research on this Ashunera. Just off the top of my head, she's not native to these parts. She was a god brought over by Lagu's immigrants across the sea. Something tells me the Poeran government adopted her as their official god as a show of good faith while they ransacked their lands. Funny, isn't it, how people can fly the banner of peace during wartime? We worship your god, obviously we mean to do what's best for you. You won't mind a few burnt houses, right? Ugh.
So it very well could have simply been the urgency of the situation I've been in. That makes sense and explains why I'm getting these responses. Because like I said, I'm no powerful queen or warrior. And it is ironic and really a twisted world we live in. Seeing people preach the teachings of these gods, building them statues as an alternative to true peace. Meanwhile, these same people would likely spill blood on the steps leading to these statues. We're left having to fight for peace, while others use that peace as bait to keep fighting. That's why I can perceive people like you. You talk of religion, yet you're so real about it. You're not the type to teach it at the wrong time and study alongside it. Prayer gave me comfort after the war when I wasn't coping with other methods. But there's a time and place for faith when things get real like this.
Well, I definitely try. Most people who get comfort from religion haven't really sat down to study it. And those who put themselves on pedestals in the backs of churches fail to understand it. You've got a good heart, Nessa. Maybe it's not your faith the gods are interested in. But what do I know? I'm not a god.
I think that's why I'm trying to understand Ashanira's teachings before jumping into the faith. She's there, but like with a person, guess I just need to get to know her. And you don't need to be a god for me to trust you as a friend. I appreciate the kind words. It could very well go both ways. Maybe this voice is looking for more than faith as well.
I'd think that's a safe bet. Here's to friendship, and for more stories to tell.
Cheers!